I have not led you through so many long stages only to let go of your hand right before the threshold of change. My beloved child, let this word sink deeply into the place where you have once grown most weary, because there are seasons in life when you thought you were hidden within the vast world. Yet before my eyes, you have never been invisible. I saw you on the days when you tried to appear normal while your heart was heavy. I saw you in the nights when only sighs kept you company. I saw you as you silently counted each worry, each lack, each unresolved matter, and then wondered whether the Father still remembered you. Today, I gently say to you, I remember. I remember your name, the words you spoke in secret corners, and even the dreams you hid away because you feared you were not strong enough to reach them. Not one of your tears is treated lightly. Not one season of waiting is wasted. Abavlin, and not one faithful step falls outside the gaze of my mercy. You have passed through dry places that others do not fully understand. There were days when you had to smile while your heart felt as though it were breaking into pieces. There were times when you opened your hands to help, even though you yourself needed to be lifted. There were evenings when you looked back at your life and felt as if every door had closed tightly. But my child, do not be too quick to call silence my absence. Do not measure the Father's faithfulness by the speed of circumstances. There are things I do without noise, without display, and without haste. Yet, every detail is woven with wisdom. I am preparing a new season for you, not merely to lighten your burden for one day, but to rebuild within you a lasting foundation of peace, a pure vision, and a way of life no longer controlled by lack. Therefore, do not let your heart be pulled by loud promises that make you fear. Blessing will vanish if you are 1 second late. What comes from me does not sow panic within you. True blessing does not force you to chase it through fear, nor does it require you to trade your peace in order to hold something fragile. What I give comes in light, in discernment, in responsible steps, and in enduring faith. I do not want you to see abundance as a master before whom you must kneel and serve. I want you to understand that provision is a tool in the hands of a child who knows they are loved. When I place something into your hands, it is not only for you to spend, but for you to build, heal, lift up, sow, and open the way for good things to grow in your life. I know you have prayed for a financial breakthrough. I know you long to be freed from heavy burdens, from the worry that repeats itself whenever you think of tomorrow, from the feeling that no matter how long you try, it is still not enough. I do not take those things lightly, because I am the Father who knows every need you carry. But hear me when I say this, the restoration I have for you is deeper than a number in an account. I want to restore the way you see yourself, so that you no longer call yourself by the name of failure. I want to restore the way you see the future, so that you no longer wake up with the fear of lack following you like a shadow. I want to restore the way you steward, so that when what is good comes, you do not lose it through haste. Do not use it to fill old emptiness, and do not allow it to make you forget the source of grace. Perhaps you have lost many things: opportunities, trust, time, strength, and even joy during the days when you had to endure. But I am the one who can turn loss into a school of wisdom, tears into a gentle stream, and the things that once made you bow your head into ground upon which you stand more firmly. I do not always return everything in its old form, because there are old things that no longer fit your new season. I can bring what is better, purer, steadier, and more fitting for the path I have placed before you. When a door closes, do not quickly lament that everything has ended. Sometimes I am keeping you from a room too narrow, a connection too exhausting, or a path that appears bright but drains your peace. Learn to recognize the small signs I place along your way. A meeting at the right time, a sudden idea that is clear and bright, counsel that awakens your heart, an opportunity from a place you did not expect, quiet help appearing when you thought you had reached the end of your strength. All these may be the first knocks of a new season. Do not despise the small seed simply because you are praying for a great harvest. I often begin great things in humility, so that you may learn to see by faith and not only by sight. When you learn to treasure the small thing I entrust to you, you will mature enough to step into greater things without being shaken. I also want you to release the self-condemning words that have clung to you for too long. You are not your debt. You are not your miscalculations. You are not the delay, not the failure, not the remarks others made when they did not understand your journey. You are my child, loved by me, taught by me, and restored piece by piece through my kindness. I am not ashamed of you. I do not turn my face away when you are weak. I do not wait for you to become perfect before I draw near. I am beside you even when you tremble, lifting you when you think you no longer have strength, and rekindling within you the light that worry tried to cover. So prepare your heart with alertness. Reorder your life. Learn to steward what I entrust to you. Restore order to chaotic places. Speak words of hope instead of despair. And choose faithfulness in small things instead of only waiting for great ones. When I open a door, walk through it with integrity. When I place resources in your hands, use them with gratitude. When I lift you up, keep your heart humble. When I give you more, let your heart become wider too, so that blessing does not stop with you, but flows through you to those who need to be lifted. My beloved child, I am renewing you from within before I expand the things around you. I am teaching you no longer to live as one abandoned, but as a child guarded by the Father. I am loosening old knots, healing quiet fears, restoring dreams that once fell asleep, and leading you out of the land of lack in your thoughts. Lift your head, breathe deeply in peace. Trust that I am still working in places you have not yet seen. Your new season is not coming to make you proud, but grateful, not to make you chase wealth, but to live free, not to make you forget me, but to help you recognize that from beginning to end, my hand has always been upon your life, gentle, powerful, and full of mercy. This is not a random coincidence. This is a sacred hour in which my own hand is turning the timeline of your life. My beloved child, listen deeply, because there are moments that do not come merely to move you for a little while, but to mark a new boundary between what has passed and what I am about to do. You have walked through too many seasons when it seemed every door was shut before you. There were places where you knocked again and again, but no one answered. There were opportunities that seemed almost in your hands, then suddenly disappeared. There were promises that made you wait until you were weary. But I want you to know that closure is not always the end. Sometimes it is, my hand holding you back from what is not yet right in its timing. And now, when the time has ripened, the doors that once slammed shut before you are being opened again, not by your pressure, but by my authority. This time, what I open, no one can casually close. This time, what I place into your hands will not be stolen by fear, lies, or opposition. I am rewriting the story of your life with the ink of grace. The things once used to make you collapse will become steps that lift you higher. The wounds that once made you think you could not continue will become the places where my light shines through most gently and powerfully. What was taken from you will not merely be returned as it was, it will return with wisdom, strength, peace, and maturity that no one can take away. You thought some things had been delayed until hope was gone. But in my hand, delay is not failure, it is a room of preparation. I can do in one night what you have waited years for. I can bring the right person, the right door, the right help, and the right answer. At the moment you thought everything was too late, trust me, my beloved child, because this is not merely comfort, this is a turning point I am placing before you. Before you knew how to call yourself by name, I knew you. Before the foundation of all you can see was formed, I held you within my good plan. You are not an afterthought, not someone who accidentally appeared in the wide current of life. Your name has been kept by me in the holy place, covered in love, called by mercy, and placed within my ways. Evil has tried many times to make you forget this. It used disappointment to cover your eyes, rejection to make you doubt your worth, and lonely seasons to convince you that you were no longer remembered. But I have preserved what I spoke over your life. No lie is strong enough to erase your name from my grace. No darkness is deep enough to swallow the light I placed within you. You are mine, and that matters more than every label life has ever placed upon you. You were not created to live in fear, nor were you born to bow your head forever before failure. There have been battles that made you tremble, seasons that made you think you no longer had the strength to rise, but you are still here. And the fact that you are still here is proof that my hand has upheld you more times than you realize. I covered you in my presence when you thought you were alone. I protected you through things you understood and through things you did not understand. I placed upon you the seal of my love, so that what opposes you may make noise, but it cannot cancel the purpose I have appointed. You do not belong to failure, you belong to the promise. You do not belong to darkness, you belong to the light. You do not belong to fear, you belong to the hand of the merciful Father who is leading you forward. Look to my Son, the one who opened the way of victory through holy sacrifice. What he completed was not so that you would live in shame, but so that you would walk with the confidence that grace has opened the door for you. The cross is not the final period of hope, but the place where hope was born in a way no power can extinguish. From the place that seemed like loss, I brought forth life. From the place that seemed like defeat, I opened victory. Therefore, do not let your current circumstances teach you to draw the wrong conclusion about the future. If I can turn a place of suffering into the beginning of a miracle, I can also turn your season of tears into a harvest filled with light. I have prepared a table for you before those who once doubted you, not so that you may become proud, and not so that you may take revenge, but so that everyone may see that I am the one who defends you in silence. Those who once underestimated you will realize that there is a higher hand lifting you up. The places that once overlooked, you will have to see the light I make shine in your life. I am lifting your head from shame, from the feeling of not being enough, from the memories that made you lower your face. I am clothing you with new stability, new peace, and new courage before heaven and earth. I call you chosen not because you have never been weak, but because my love has rested upon you since before you fully understood yourself. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. What you thought was delay was actually helping to prepare the depth within you. Pain taught you compassion. Waiting made your faith take deeper root. Closed doors taught you not to build your life on human approval. Silent nights taught you to hear my voice more clearly. I stretched your capacity to trust, not to break you, but so that when the blessing comes, it will have a firm place to dwell within you. I did not prepare you merely to survive each day, merely to exist in weariness, merely to sigh and continue enduring. I am shaping you for a greater season of deliverance, a season in which you will not only be rescued from the old, but also brought into the new with an open heart and steady steps. You are not forgotten, and you have never been abandoned. I am nearer to you than your own breath, near when you no longer have enough words to pray, near in the nights when you stare at the ceiling with a troubled heart, near on the days when you still do everything that must be done, though you are drained within. My radiant messengers are surrounding you, guarding you, opening the way for you, and protecting what I have appointed to give. Every tear you cried in secret has been kept by me. Every sleepless night has been remembered in mercy. Every moment when you hurt but still chose not to become bitter has value before me. Not 1 second of your endurance is treated as meaningless by me. I allowed certain things to pass through your life because there are deeper things I am forming. But remember this, I have never left you on any part of the road. You have overcome what once seemed as though it would swallow you. You survived the season when even you did not know how you were still standing. You kept going when your heart was weary, believed a little longer when your mind wanted to give up, and held a small ray of light when darkness tried to cover every direction. And now, my glory is coming to cover your past with light, not to erase every memory as though it never happened, but to redeem its meaning, to turn ashes into beauty, mourning into strength, and delay into testimony. You will not forever be known by what you endured. You will be known by what I did in you after it all. So rise, my beloved child. Do not continue living as though you are still locked in the old room when I have opened the door. Do not look at the years that have passed with the eyes of failure, for I am using even the parts you do not understand to weave a new garment of grace. Step into this moment with humble faith. Let your hands open. Let your mouth stop repeating the words of fear. Let your heart recognize that I am turning the timeline, reopening paths, restoring what was lost, lifting you from the low place, and leading you into the season that has been prepared. This is not coincidence. This is my arrangement. This is not your ending. This is a new beginning. And I, your Father, am going before you, walking with you, and will bring you into what I have promised by my loving hand. I am breaking the dark cycles that have tried to repeat themselves again and again over your life. And today, I call you to step out of the old siege with new trust. You have gone through seasons when the same pain kept returning in different forms. The same disappointment kept knocking at the times when you thought you had grown stronger. The same inner voice kept trying to convince you that your life would always be limited by what had happened. But I say to you, no cycle is stronger than my hand. No pattern of failure is deeper than my restoring power. No curse, rejection, bitter memory, or old wound has the right to rule the future I have prepared for you. What once held you back is losing its power. What once made you tremble is being stripped of its voice. What once made you bow your head is being broken by me at the root, so that you will not only escape for a moment, but truly enter a new life with peace and steadfastness. I am silencing every voice that has risen against you, not so that you may live in pride, but so that you will no longer be defined by words that did not come from me. There were people who spoke of you with doubt, who viewed you through the times you stumbled, who concluded too quickly about your future when they had only seen one painful chapter in the long story I am writing. There are voices that do not come from outside, but from your own fear, whispering that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not pure enough, not worthy enough to be restored. But today, I place my truth above all those words. You are not what others called you. You are not the failure that once happened. You are not the lowest season you have passed through. You are the one I love, preserve, and raise up. And when I call your name, every other voice must step back before my presence. The limits are being erased. My beloved child, there are boundaries you thought were destiny, but they were only walls built by fear. There are doors you thought would never belong to you, but I have the authority to open them in ways you have never imagined. You are about to see what my hand can do in such a short span of time that you will not be able to explain it by reason. I can turn a circumstance in one night, soften a heart in one conversation, redirect a decision through one prompting, and bring support from a place you never expected. Do not think that because you have waited long, change must come slowly. When my timing is ripe, what was stuck can move very quickly. What was silent can suddenly resound. What was closed can open like dawn tearing through the night. The things that opposed you thought they had buried you, but they did not know that in my hands, the place of burial can become the place of planting. They thought you were covered by pressure, buried under disappointment, hidden away from light. But I use that very soil of pain to deepen your roots. Where you once cried, I sowed endurance. Where you were misunderstood, I sowed humility. Where you suffered loss, I sowed compassion. Where you thought everything had ended, I was quietly preparing a rising. You were not buried to disappear. You were planted to sprout in the right season. And when the life I placed within you begins to rise, those who once thought you could no longer stand will have to see that my hand is still upon you, and that what I preserve, no one can destroy. I am lifting you out of the pit of despair, out of the days when you thought you only had enough strength to survive, out of the feeling of being left behind in your own darkness. I do not deny that you have suffered. I do not treat lightly the nights when you had to gather each piece of peace by yourself. I know there were times when you thought your prayers could not rise beyond the ceiling. Times when you smiled before others, while within you were nearly spent. But I was there. I saw you when you no longer had beautiful words to speak. I heard you when your tears became your prayer. And today, I am not only pulling you out of the deep place, I am setting your feet on solid ground, teaching you to walk as one restored, bringing light back into your eyes, and turning what once made you fall into testimony of my faithfulness. The very people who once mocked you, doubted you, and thought your story had ended will see me restore you with kindness. But remember, your restoration is not for revenge or bitterness. I do not lift you up so that you may look down on anyone. I lift you up so that my name may be exalted through the peace, humility, and purity I place within you. When blessing comes, do not use it as a weapon against those who once hurt you. Let it become the fragrance of grace, so that even those who once did not believe may recognize that I was with you in the days no one saw. My presence will be the wall around you. My power will be the strength beneath your feet. My mercy will be the mark upon every new chapter of your life. When others secretly planned to harm you, I had already prepared the way of rescue. When there were words meant to lower you, I placed a higher confirmation upon you. When there were hands that wanted to close your path, I opened another way in, my wisdom. You do not need to live in panic, nor do you always need to protect yourself through hardness. I am the place you can run to. I am strength when your heart is weak. I am help present in the very moment of trouble. Not only after everything is past, there are battles you are not called to carry alone. There are confrontations that belong to me. Your part is to stand firm in righteousness. Keep your heart from bitterness. Keep your mouth from words of despair. And believe that I have never failed in any battle I have taken up. I am standing beside you in the place that seems dangerous. As I once preserved the faithful among roaring lions, as I once stood present in the blazing fire and did not let the flame consume those who belonged to me. You too, the fire you pass through, will not have the right to destroy you when I am with you. It will refine you. It will burn away what no longer belongs to the new season. It will make what is true, lasting, and precious within you shine. You will not come out of this season with the old posture, old thinking, old fear, and old reactions. I am making you deeper, softer, wiser, and braver. I am not only healing your pain, I am turning that very place of pain into a source of strength. So you may lift others with the same comfort I used to lift you. I am not only restoring what you lost, I can also multiply what seemed to have vanished. The years you thought were useless, I can turn into seasons of learning. The opportunities you thought had passed, I can repay with doors that are more fitting. The losses that once left you empty, I can fill with presence, peace, and blessings marked by my hand. You are entering a season of sacred repayment, not according to human calculation, but according to the generosity of the Father toward his children. The time of lack is being broken. The time of confusion is closing. I am teaching you no longer to live with a mind always expecting something bad to happen. but to expect goodness from my hand. My peace is falling upon your family like gentle rain on dry ground. It is not loud, but it sinks deep. It touches, taunts, conversation. Rooms that once felt heavy, and memories that once made your heart tighten. I am replacing complaint with gratitude, mourning with clear joy, and the heavy garment of sorrow with a garment of praise woven from hope. Receive this. Let me cover your heart with my tenderness. Let me rekindle the song that had gone out within you. Let me lead you out of the season of merely surviving and into the season of truly living, living brightly, living firmly in my love. For I am breaking what once bent you, rebuilding what once collapsed, and making your life a testimony that no depth is deeper than my rescuing hand. This is the hour of holy turning. The moment when what you thought was unmoving begins to tremble beneath my mighty hand. My beloved child, do not look only at what your eyes can see, because behind days that seem ordinary, I am arranging deep movements you cannot yet fully understand. There are doors in your life that have been silent for too long. There are prayers that have remained in waiting. There are burdens that seem to cling tightly to you and refuse to leave. But I say to you today that this stillness is not the end. It is only the silence before I bring change. I have heard your voice. I have seen your perseverance. I have counted every tear you hid. And now I am causing what was delayed to begin moving. Even now, you are not alone in the atmosphere around you. My radiant messengers are being sent out, carrying commands from the holy throne, not to make you afraid, but to serve the plan of peace I have appointed. They carry answers for matters you do not yet know how to resolve. They carry favor for places where you thought you no longer had strength to open the way. They carry protection over the paths you walk, over the decisions you are about to make, over the parts of life you have entrusted into my hands. No darkness has enough authority to stop what I have commanded. No voice of confusion can be louder than my voice. No pressure of adversity can erase the good purpose I have placed upon you. Before the night closes, let your heart be ready for an inner shift before you see an outward shift. Perhaps an old chain will break in the way you think. Perhaps a long-standing fear will lose its power to control you. Perhaps a door of hope will begin to open through a message, a meeting, an idea, or an unexpected peace overflowing in a place where you once felt anxious. Do not limit me to only one form, because I can change your life in ways that are very gentle and yet full of power. Something is being released. Something is being put back into its rightful place. Something within you is being awakened so that you no longer live as one surrounded by a siege, but as one being led by the Father into a spacious place. You may hear the echo of battle around you, thoughts that make you doubt, circumstances that make you waver, words that make you want to withdraw. But do not let that echo become the main melody of your day. Focus on my voice, the voice that does not shout, yet has enough power to quiet the stormy sea within your heart. I do not call you with condemnation, I call you with love. I do not pull you back with fear, I lead you forward with gentleness. When you hear a reminder within your heart to be calm, to trust, to stand firm a little longer, that is me drawing near. When in the middle of chaos, you still feel a small ray of peace, cherish it, because it may be the lamp I have placed within you to guide you through the long night. So rise in faith, my child. Do not let old fear decide your new response. Do not let past disappointments make you doubt what I am doing today. I am calling you out of the land of trembling and into the land of trust. I am teaching you to hear me more clearly amid countless noises. I am placing within you a steadiness that circumstances cannot take away. Breathe deeply in my presence. Open your heart to receive my protection. And believe that tonight is not merely another night passing by, but a milestone of transformation. For when I have spoken an open way, no darkness can lock it shut. When I have called your name, no fear has the right to keep you in the old place.